It's time for Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, a podcast for people who love chickens.
Hey everybody and welcome. It's Chrisie&Holly from Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. We're here and this is episode number 274 of our podcast where we talk about everything chicken, family, fun, and
more chickens.
More chickens. We drink a ton of coffee. I'm talking a ton. But most importantly,
we hug poultry every day.
And we kiss them too, don't forget. We brew coffee from a little coffee roaster in Houston, Texas. Bright and early coffee. Holly, what kind of coffee are we brewing today?
Oh, you know, this is week 2 of Texas Cinnamon, y'all.
We love that Texas Cinnamon. Now, you are truly missing out. If you're not drinking this Texas Cinnamon, we have a code CWTCL 15 for 15% off a bag coffee so that you can try it for yourselves. Where should everybody go to get this?
BrightandEarlyCoffee.com.
You need K-Cups. They're on Amazon. And follow them on social media. Are you ready to sip some of this delicious Texas Cinnamon and chat?
I am. But first, a word from our sponsors.
We have some exciting news to share from our sponsor, Grubbly Farms. They're here, new and improved, Grubbly's World Harvest.
I'm a longtime subscriber, and my flock love the healthy, nutritious treats, plus orders $40 and more ship free.
If you haven't heard, Grubbly's has a fantastic layer pellet and crumble feed. It's packed with plant and insect protein, perfect for those picky chickens and ducks.
Grubbly Farms makes food and treats for healthy pets and planet.
To support us and Grubbly Farms, use the link grubbly.co/coffee. Try it today. Okay, so how are you doing?
Okay, over here, I'm starting to be able to see the earth. That feels better.
Yeah, my chickens are still in the garage because we're getting there, but the runs are still snow covered. They're melting down. And they're not happy. I'm not happy. They're not happy.
We've got Maryland spring early, and you know what Maryland spring means?
Winter will be back soon.
No, it means mud.
Yes!
Mud, and more mud.
I'm still not thinking we're totally out of the woods for the cold weather, but
we might not be. We might not be, but we got a lot of mud.
It's not fun right now. This is those where we talk about all the time. Weather is a factor in your outdoor pet keeping or livestock keeping, and it plays a big role. It makes your life lovely, like going through the wildflowers, or, it's bad, like going through fire and flames. It's like not good.
That's if you stay in Phoenix for summer. You might have some fire and flames.
You might. I don't know. So, yeah. I do want to mention this. We're about ready to travel soon. So I want to put this out there to anybody who is anywhere near Bozeman, Montana. We're coming. We are coming.
We're coming.
We are turning into the Western Chicken Ladies.
We're bringing our cowboy boots.
Yes, we are. Holly Ann, for the first time ever in her life, bought a pair of cowboy boots.
No, it's not the first time ever. Remember, I grew up riding Western. Remember, we had a Pinto pony and my mom's Appaloosa?
Oh, yeah.
So I would say until I stopped riding when I was about 15, but most of my childhood, it was Western.
Okay.
So I'm returning to my roots.
She got the bug in Phoenix. She's like, I need myself some boots.
I can't even explain it. It's like I was spontaneously combusted and I've become this, I don't know, fat aging cowgirl, I guess. I don't know.
I shouldn't laugh, but I'm your best friend. I have to. So
I said it for the laughs. I mean,
okay. So March 14th, it's a Saturday morning. Murdoch's, the fabulous Murdoch's. We are going to be there talking chickens. And we want to fill Murdoch's with chicken ladies, gents, and chicken kids.
Absolutely.
Come on out. We're going to be doing crafts. We're going to be doing talks. We're going to be having a blast.
It's going to be a good time. Even if you've had chickens for 20 years, come and join the party because we want you to tell us about your chickens. We want to chat breeds. We want to chat all chickeny things.
Chicken.
I mean, to us, this is valuable because I would love to hear from our, longtime listeners in the area who can come and tell us how they keep chickens in, say, a Montana winter. This is the kind of stuff we like to hear about.
We want to learn about what you do out there. And I'm going to say this too. Holly and I went to Boot Barn, and my mom went with us.
Yes.
And Holly, my mom is still talking about the hat that Holly Ann tried on.
This hat was something somewhere between a sombrero and a cowboy hat. It was.
I'm still regretting that I did not take a picture of you in the hat.
You know, if there's a weird hat on, we'll put it on. It just has to happen.
We might have to go back just to get the picture so that everybody can see this hat.
Oh, twist my arm.
All of a sudden I hear my mom saying, is that like a 20-gallon? You're like, more like a 50. I mean, we're ready for Montana. We're ready. We are so excited. Please come out and join the fun. I want to meet everybody out there. We want you to come out there, please. And
just a quick reminder, the following weekend, we will be in Janesville, Wisconsin. Weekend after that, which is the 27th, we'll be in Bazor, Kansas.
Yay! Come see us. There's lots of fun for you and us.
Yes. One more little order of business before we get to the rest of the show. Okay, so we have a little livestock conservancy news, and this is important. The 2026 Great American Poultry Census is now open for submissions. You can just go to the website, livestockconservancy.org.
Now, every 5 years, the Livestock Conservancy gathers this information on heritage and standard breed poultry populations across the U.S. And this year, they're partnering with the American Poultry Association Census Committee to reach even more breeders. Are you one of those breeders?
Right. Now, we're talking chicken, ducks, geese, turkeys, I guess guineas too, all the poultry. This is also important. The census counts only actively breeding purebred and standardbred birds. So if you have a bunch as pets, that's great, but that's not what they need to keep track of. It's breeding. Mixed breeds are not included. This is purebreds only.
Oh, come on.
Well, I don't make the rules.
I mean, seriously, if you are a breeder that's like when we talk about conservation breeder, you need to reach out to the Livestock Conservancy so we know how many chickens you've got over there. So we can keep account on how many breeds need us.
Survey is open through August 1st. It takes about 6 minutes, and your personal information remains confidential unless you choose otherwise.
There you go.
Help the Livestock Conservancy document and protect America's poultry breeds. And just a shout out to Greenfire Farms because they're sponsoring this year's census.
I mean, you were really emphasizing "and" on that for sure. Woo! And on that note, if you're listening to our show and you're loving it, head on over to Apple Podcasts. It's about that time. We would love to see some reviews on here. Write something that you're loving about it. Maybe that Holly Ann finally bought boots after forever. I don't know.
Carla's probably laughing at me. And Carla, I'm coming to Texas. But come and see you.
And while you're there, hit that subscribe button because you always want to be sitting at our table with us. You don't want to miss the fun. Come on. And they count them.
If you're looking for other ways to help support the show, you can share your favorite episodes on social media. You can tell a few chicken, duck, goose, guinea, turkey loving friends about us, quail, whatever. You can become a patron of the show, patreon.com/coffeewiththechickenladies. And the other thing you can do to help support the show is visit our website and our show notes, use our affiliate links and discount codes, and buy products from our sponsors.
Yay! You know what I love when it's 95 degrees outside?
Being inside.
Well, that too, but I really love cleaning my igloo chicken coop.
Yeah, it is so easy to clean. You don't have to break a sweat.
And you can use a water hose or pressure washer, so it doubles as a cool down. I also love those run covers.
Oh man, the shade is superb. I go into the run to cool off.
Yep, my flock's covered during the heat of the day, just chilling.
Meanwhile, we're melting on the patio. Seriously, can we get in on this amazing coop design for ourselves?
They're out there living the dream.
So when it's pushing 100 degrees, the right setup matters.
That's why we choose an igloo.
Get your girls their own just in time for summer.
Search Omelette. That's OMLET.
The Breed Spotlight is brought to you by Murray McMurray Hatchery, defining quality for generations. For over a century, Murray McMurray Hatchery has remained a trusted family-owned business working tirelessly to ensure our poultry meet the highest standards. Whether you are an experienced enthusiast or just embarking on the journey, look to McMurray Hatchery for guaranteed quality, rare and heritage breeds, low minimums, and all the supplies you need to raise your flock. Request a free catalog today.
Dun, 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 dun. It's time for the breed spotlight. Yeah.
Yeah. The heck was that?
Okay. It was a little drumming while marching.
I thought maybe it was drumming. It's hard to tell, but I thought maybe it was a little drumming because you were doing some sort of arm action over there.
No one could see me while I'm performing.
I know,
these
it's
great
unfortunate.
bits.
It's unfortunate.
Okay, so this week's breed spotlight is
The Ameraucana.
it's Ameraucana. Yes, it is.
Good old-fashioned Ameraucana.
And honestly, one of the cutest chickens you'll ever see in your life.
I mean, they really are. The Ameraucana is one of the more popular breeds in America. And like you said, they're super cute. They've got those muffs and beards. I love them. They're gentle chickens, and most of them lay beautiful blue and green eggs.
Some pink.
Some pink, that's right. My Carmelita laid pink, yeah. And the thing to remember about Ameraucanas is that they are a distinct breed with a breed standard.
Yes, they are. Even though they got a lot going on and a lot of them look different from each other, they do have a standard.
We're emphasizing that Ameraucanas are a true breed to differentiate them from Easter eggers who are not a true breed. Easter eggers, this is a one to watch out for. I think it was worse earlier on in the chicken craze, but it's still something to keep an eye on. Easter eggers are sometimes sold as Ameraucanas, so buyer beware.
Right.
If your birds are bearded and muffed and look a bit like a hawk or an eagle, then it's probably an Ameraucana. But if you have no beard, no muff, that is not an Ameraucana.
They need the beard and muffs. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what makes them. So
That's part of the standard.
look, and the problem is, if you're getting day-old chicks, you're not going to see that until they start growing those feathers out. So
Right.
you may not know. That's kind of how people get away with it. But any chicken you get, you're going to love no matter what. But if you want an Ameraucana, make sure they've got that beard and muff.
You also know when I got my first Ameraucanas 20 years ago, they were actually sold as Araucanas. They are not Araucanas. Araucanas are one of their parent foundational breeds.
And they're rare. I mean, you're not really going to find the Ameraucana in a lot of places around here. That's for sure. That's number one clue right there. You got something's wrong.
If your bird has a tail, it's not an Araucana.
Because they're rumpless, rumpless.
Shoot. They're not rumpless. They have a rump. They just don't have a tail. They're rumpy. Now, the exception to this rule is in the UK. So for our UK listeners, in the UK, Araucanas are what we call Ameraucanas. So bearded, muffed tails, sometimes they even have crests.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Often this word is spelled incorrectly, Ameraucana.
We've seen it just recently, not spelled correctly.
Right.
We won't say where.
No. So it's Ameraucana, Ameraucana, not Americana. That's like patriotic, nostalgic stuff, not birds.
We looked at it, we're like, oh no.
Seriously? Really? You really spelled that wrong? Ameraucanas are relative newcomers as standard bred poultry. They've been around since the 1970s. Like we said, they're largely derived from the Ameraucana stock and some other unknown mix of heritage breeds. I've not seen a lot on that. Have you?
No, I have not. They're like a mixed bag on the other side.
Had to do some digging, yeah. Araucanas. Now, this is the parent stock. The Araucanas had arrived in the U.S. from South America as early as 1930. Most people that were breeding with the Araucanas were trying to keep some of the Araucana genes like the blue eggs, but mix in enough other DNA to get rid of the lethal ear tuft genes and any other inherited problems.
Because it's lethal. So they wanted to get the heck out of there. They want that gene gone.
Yes. Araucanas, if you're not familiar with this, carry a gene for ear tufts, and they have these sort of corkscrew curls. And that gene for ear tufts is tied to an in-shell chick death when the offspring carry a double copy of this gene. So there's a handful of other purebreds that have a similar genetic issue like this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. But it's not good. They'll die in the egg. So
Right.
It's not a good thing. No.
The Ameraucana is not considered an at-risk breed, so they are not on the Livestock Conservancy's conservation priority list. They are
Shocker.
plentiful. They're plentiful.
Shocker.
Yeah, yes. Now, in 1978, the Ameraucana Bantam Club was formed with the object of creating a breed standard and gaining admittance to both the American Poultry Association and the American Bantam Association. In 1980, the American Bantam Association accepted the Ameraucana into their standard of perfection. The club did concentrate on bantams at first, But there were breeders who were working on large fowl Americanas as well. In 1984, the American Poultry Association accepted both the bantam and the large fowl Americanas into the standard of perfection. And then in 1986, the name of the Ameraucana Bantam Club was changed to reflect all sizes, the Ameraucana Breeders Club.
Because the 70s, 80s, they started out just like us, and then they grew in popularity. They're like, yeah.
They started out just like us. I was like, wait, what? We just grew big. We grew bigger and we needed size inclusive clubs. I'm not sure where you're going with that.
I'm just saying, like, in their popularity, they're like, oh, yeah, I want to know these chicks. Let's get more. I want to know these chicks. Yeah. Okay. Besides that.
Okay.
Let's move on. Americanas, they're adorable. Come on. They're cute.
They're so stinking cute.
I mean, I did have 4 probably 11 years ago, and they were some of my favorite chickens. I love the fact that they looked different. They come in a pretty wide variety of colors so that when you can pick them to look different so that you can tell them apart, which is really good because normally if you have a really good breed standard, you're not going to be able to tell them apart very easily. Everybody can that owns them, but this type of chicken, I love. They all look different. And
you don't have to have 3 of them standing next to each other to tell who's who.
Yeah, exactly. The breed standard calls for the muffs and the beards and the tails. No muff and beard, no tail, no showing that bird. So keep that in mind. You need the muffs and the tail and the beard. You need all that stuff. Now, they're medium-bodied. They have that pea comb and virtually non-existent wattles. So they're going to be better in, some colder climates. They don't have the wattles that are going to get in the cold water. The comb that, the pea comb's so cute on them too.
It is adorable.
Now, their legs and feet tend to be slate or black or occasionally blue in color. You could have some different colored legs in there too. I love it. You know what I'm going to say? Grab bag of chicks. It's great. Tails are usually upright and about 45 degrees. So the roos usually weigh in about 5.5 to 6.5 pounds. The hens 4.5 to 5.5 pounds. And you know what? They're right in that medium group. So they are good for families, good for somebody who has just your average amount of space. They're not too big. And those roosters, they seem to be pretty handsome too.
They're really cute.
So the APA recognizes 9 color varieties. Now, there are some that aren't even recognized, but let's go through the ones that are recognized first. We have black,
blue
wheaten,
brown red,
buff,
silver,
wheaten,
white,
and the newly added self blue, what we generally call a lavender. And our most favorite of all, how could I forget this?
The
Splash.
absolutely gorgeous Splash Americana. They are really pretty birds. I would love to get my hands on some of them.
Now, some of the hatcheries and non-competitive breeders tend to keep Americanas in mixed flocks, not separated by color, which makes sense, have all the colors. And the result is generally some beautifully unique feather patterns and colors if you're doing breeding within all these different colors of Americanas.
Yeah, they're all purebred Americanas, but you don't need color variety since you're not showing, and you just get this gorgeous flock.
Now, this is where I'm going with this, that everybody under the sun wants a rainbow basket. Everybody does.
Yep.
If you say that you don't, it's kind of like, come on, you want the blue eggs and the green eggs.
I got to tell you though, right now, my Mediterraneans are working overtime, especially my 2 leghorns, so most of my egg basket is white, and I'm okay with that.
You need the blue and green to make everything pop in there.
I have my leg bars, but yes, it would be nice to have a little more blue and green.
Now, the hens are pretty good layers of blue, green, or brown or pinkish color eggs. And they'll lay about 180 to 200 per year, and they generally do not go broody. When I had my 4, they were really good layers.
Yeah,
they were really good layers. And getting that blue egg, it's always fun. I don't know what it is. It doesn't taste any different. It's not anything different. It's just like, there's a blue egg.
It's very pretty. Carmelita is the last of the Americanas that we had. And she moved here with me when Pete and I got married. She laid a pink egg. And I was like, doesn't it figure? But
they're still pretty, though.
They're very pretty, yeah. And then we got the leg bars and all was well. But yeah, they are super good additions to a mixed laying flock. and beginning chicken keepers often get them. We think that's a great solid choice.
It is because they're pretty friendly. They're gentle. They're easy to deal with for families, for kids, though some are a bit nervous and even like a little skittish at times. So I had 4. And I did have Olive, who was my skittish. So she was great. I could pick her up to medicate her, to do anything, but she was not a snuggle bug. Like I had to chase her down to get her. But, the rest of them, Ruby and Pearl and Violet, were all really snuggly. They love to be picked up. Now, the muffs can restrict their vision a bit. Think about this.
Some feather blindness, yeah.
Yeah.
So we do recommend both supervised free range to keep them safe, and also, if needed, some careful feather trimming. Very careful, because those muff feathers come right up to their eyes.
Oh, yeah.
A blunt pair of eyebrow scissors might be a good thing to use.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk about this part because my Pearl was a victim of this 100%. They will get bullied by stronger breeds. That is a possibility with these chickens. My Pearl was bullied out of a flock completely. Like, could no longer live in there. It was so bad because of a molt. The molt set her up to be, she was so at the bottom of the flock. So they are good to be in a flock with like chickens that are laid back, that are gentle breeds. Don't put them with Morans like I did. I made that mistake.
So my sister had gotten out of chickens. And so we were down to 2 chickens. Well, 3 chickens. And then we lost 2 of them. So I got Casper, the Swedish flower rooster, to keep Carmelita company.
Right.
So Ameraucana, Swedish flower, no problem. Well, then the Swedish flower breeder, who's actually my neighbor now, she offered me a pair of pullets, and that was Pansy and Petunia.
Oh, God.
Right. So at first, Carmelita picked on them, and tried to put them in their place. Carmelita quickly became the bottom of the pecking order. I think the only thing that kept her reasonably safe, and the bullying wasn't worse, is because she was there first.
Yeah.
So she had seniority.
We both have a really bad story of Americanas being bullied in a flock. I just want to really stress that to people. When you're going and selecting your chickens, think about this. Americanas should be with like chickens of personality. Don't put them with strong. Pearl was in with Lucy the Leghorn, the Morans, 3 Barred Rocks, and Buffs. Now, the Buffs weren't doing it. It was the rest of them that were.
Right.
So, no, go ahead.
Ended up with an eye injury. And at the same time, we were trying to get Casper through all of his terrible bumblefoot. So they just got their own poultry palace by themselves. But that pecked to Carmelita's eye. I mean, it completely disfigured her pupil and everything.
Yeah. I mean, there's no joke when it comes to bullying. I think
in the case of Americanas, I can think of a bunch of breeds that would go along well with them. But I think in the case of Americanas, if you could manage it, a flock that's entirely Americanas would be quite nice.
And there's so many, I say this all the time, there's so many color varieties within these chickens that your flock can look very different, but the same. Right. So if you want different colors, they're available.
Yeah.
But chickens that are the same breed, we're going to say this, it's true. They tend to get along better. They gravitate to each other.
They still have a pecking order, but it works better. The other thing that's interesting is if you've been following us for a while or, watching our talks or listening to us, you'll know that we say that one of the shortcuts to figuring out whether breeds will get along is what class they are as far as the APA goes.
Right.
Well, Americanas are in the all other breeds class.
Exactly.
So that makes that a little tough. Gentle English breeds, the gentler American breeds, the Asiatics, that's probably where you want to go.
Definitely. So, yeah. This is a breed that is relatively easy to get your hands on. Oh, I did not talk about this. They're relatively adaptable to both heat and cold, but watch them in either extreme. That's with every chicken. With every chicken.
Absolutely. They are good garden helpers. So if you're doing supervised free range with them, it's really nice to have them out for a while. All around a really good chicken that we always recommend. And
I'm going to circle back around that they're very relatively easy to get your hands on. Most farm supply stores are going to carry them. Your hatcheries carry them. It's not going to be a hard thing.
With this bird, it pays to be choosy when you're selecting a source because you want strong genetics for healthy and robust parent stock.
Right, because we actually call this chicken a little bit of a soft chicken. They can get some health problems.
So
Just
get really
watch.
healthy ones.
Yeah.
Murray McMurray has some beautiful lines of Americanas, and they've been working on Americana breeding since the 1980s. So before there was even an APA standard breed.
I mean,
And
McMurray Hatchery's the best. Come on.
And I'm pretty sure that they're one of the breeds that has a mixed color flock. And there's something to be said for that, not segregating the color genes for overall hybrid vigor.
Exactly.
Now, if you are looking for showbirds, with these individual color varieties, we strongly recommend joining the APA and looking for breeders there.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Flood us with your Americanas. Give us stories on Instagram. We want to see them. They're so cute and cuddly.
The lavenders and the splash are so pretty.
Yes, they are.
Are you ready to dive into the fascinating world of backyard ducks? Look no further than Metzer Farms, your premier destination for top quality waterfowl. Whether you're a seasoned breeder or just starting out, Metzer Farms has everything you need to elevate your flock to the next level. And if you're passionate about call ducks, you're in for a treat.
Metzer Farms hatches a stunning variety of call ducks, meticulously bred for their miniature size, beauty, and calm temperament. From snowy whites to vibrant colors, each duck is a masterpiece waiting to grace your backyard. Visit MetzerFarms.com today to browse their extensive selection and start your journey into the wonderful world of waterfowl. Metzer Farms, where passion meets perfection.
If you're looking for a chicken coop that's produced in a planet-friendly, sustainable way, try Nestera.
Each coop is made from highly durable, 100% recycled plastic that keeps the equivalent of up to 2,000 shampoo bottles out of a landfill.
Their clean, modern design will fit into any garden or run area and comes with an industry-beating 25-year warranty and a range of handy accessories.
Simple to put together, so quick and easy to clean, and most importantly, red mite resistant. Your chickens will love it.
Quick shipping from Nestera.us.
For a 5% discount, use the affiliate link in our show notes, on our website, and on Instagram. Link in bio. Check them out today.
Eaton Pet and Pasture is a farmer-owned company based in upstate New York that creates USA-made, sustainable products for backyard chicken keepers. From low-dust hemp bedding and comfy aspen nesting pads to nutritious treats and odor-eliminating products, everything is designed to keep your coop clean, healthy, and smelling egg-tastic.
All their products are made right here in the USA with ingredients that are safe for your flock and the planet. So whether you're doing a deep clean or just a quick refresh, Eaton makes it simple to care for your coop the natural way.
They're your one-stop shop for coop freshness and flock happiness, made easy.
Visit EatonPetAndPasture.com to explore the full line of flock favorites and use the code COFFEE at checkout for a first-time purchase discount. Are we ready to move on to main topic? Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah! Now, this week's main topic, we're talking about something that is a problem out there for every chicken keeper at some point in their chicken keeping life.
I usually say mice and lights.
Yes, you do.
Our main topic is really mites and lice.
And this is one of our top messages, emails that we get is, what do I do? Oh my God. Because
here's the thing.
No fun, man. It's no fun.
A lot of people are even embarrassed to reach out. But the reality is having mites and lice show up in your flock does not make you a bad chicken keeper.
No, doesn't.
And it happens to all of us eventually. So don't judge other people that it happens to and say, my flock's never had them yet. And now chickens in good health and a well-balanced flock can do a lot to prevent their own mite infestations. So keep a close eye on any chicken that develops a mite or a louse load in case there are other things going on.
And let's just say too, that hens and roosters, it's a little bit different. Hens are going to get rid of them a little easier than roosters.
Right. Now, there can be underlying reasons why a chicken, why they're not able to groom themselves properly and stave off the cooties, so to speak. And that can include illness, high stress levels, elderly and special needs birds can't always groom the way they need to, and birds with big crests, especially roosters. That would be like Crev roosters, Polish roosters, guys with big hats.
They can't get there. How are they going to get there to groom? They have to be able to dust bathe to help that situation. Now, if your chickens are outside at all, and let's face it, every chicken goes outside, they have a possibility of getting them.
Right.
They're carried by wild birds.
We had them in the flock that we call our Brahma flock. And I would take a bird into Dr. Rebecca and she'd be like, I found a chicken louse. And then I'd bring another bird in and she'd say, we found a couple of chicken lice, just a couple. I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
Come to find out, little teeny songbirds had built nests up near the windows of my coop, and that's how the mites came in. It's not your fault. You're not a bad chicken keeper. It just happens.
Yeah, exactly. And they are gross. They're all the things. So let's go into what types we have out there.
It's a good idea. If you're being one of those amazing people adopting a bird from a shelter or a rescue, give them a good once over, because the shelter staff, they do the best they can, but they don't always know to look for mites and lice. So that's just an FYI.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So let's go through now the several different types of mites and lice that can plague your chickens, because they're out there. Now, the most common in the US and other countries with temperate climates are the northern fowl mite. Now, if you look them up, they're gross. You do not want to look them up, man. Don't look them up.
Oh, don't see them enlarged, like the microscope image enlarged.
No,
that'll put you off your lunch.
No, don't do it at lunchtime, especially.
In warmer climates, there is a tropical fowl mite, also very gross looking, but that's for our friends in the South and the Southwest. And I guess if I take my poultry to Phoenix for 3 months of the year, I might have to look out for it.
You might.
Mites feed on different things depending on their species. Some feed on blood.
I want to suck your blood.
Yeah. Oh. Some feed on feathers. Some feed on skin and dander. Oh, I think I'm off my lunch now.
Are you itchy yet?
I'm just, Now, my husband's a bug guy, right? So I had to put this in here. Mites are 8-legged and lice are 6-legged. They are 2 different types of insects.
Now, if you get one, look at it under the microscope and count the legs.
6 or 8 legs. What you got over there? Oh,
I mean, in the end, does it really matter? You just want to take care of these things. Now, the northern fowl mite feeds on blood, and a heavy load of them can make your chicken weak and even anemic, and it can lead to death because it's kind of like a silent killer, because you're really not seeing these mites, but your chickens could get weak. We don't want to think about it. We just want to take care of it. So the northern fowl mite's pretty popular, and they're the blood
That's one way to put it. It's popular. Those things are the devil to deal with. The red mite, our friends in the UK, you guys know all about that one. We actually have an episode way back. It was episode 65 that we did with Libby of Hensley, and Libby really knows her stuff. So if you're dealing with red mite, again, red mite's quite uncommon in the US.
But if you're in the UK, listen to this episode, because Libby knows her stuff on this.
Right.
She did a good job.
The other thing about red mites is that they live on coop surfaces and they feed on chicken's blood at night. You're not going to find them on your chicken during the day. They're in the coop during the day.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you got the common chicken louse. Will feed on skin, blood, feather debris, and dander. And they're larger than most mites.
Yeah, you can see them.
They're disgusting, man. They're disgusting. You got to get rid of them.
Yeah. There's also scaly leg mite. And this is more common on roosters than hens. And I think it's because the scales on roosters' legs are bigger. That's just what I think.
And let's face it, the roosters are a little lax on cleaning themselves. So,
I mean, they'll dust bathe, but like a lot of times the girls will be heavy in a dust bath and they'll be watching the skies and not doing as much.
They're like, I'll bathe tomorrow.
Don't skip that shower, son. So essentially, the scaly leg mites will burrow under the scales on the chicken's legs. In severe cases, the scales come up and there's all this like gray and black junk.
Yeah.
It's very nasty. Quick public service announcement. You
don't use gasoline.
Right. You deal with scaly leg mites the same way that you deal with regular mites, and we'll tell you about that. An extra thing you can do is to smear like Vaseline, petroleum jelly, coconut oil under the scales, and that really helps.
It really helps. I've done it before.
It does. Do not make the mistake of following old-time chicken keepers' advice and dipping your bird's legs in gasoline.
Never.
It'll kill the mites, but it might kill your bird too.
It will also kill your bird. Okay, so let's go into feather chewing mites. You'll see this. Your birds will start to have very messy looking feathers. They'll look tangled. They'll look chewed. because they're chewing the feathers, and they can irritate and cause broken skin on the bird. So if you're seeing sores and messed up feathers, this could be the feather chewing mite.
It confuses people because they're like, if it's not a blood-sucking mite, why is the skin messed up? Because they can just irritate the skin, because I think they just chew on whatever because they're nasty.
Anything that's not supposed to be there, could irritate the skin. That's for sure. So let's go into diagnosing the problem, because this is what can be hard to do or can be easy. So the best time to do it is at night.
Right. So we highly recommend a headlamp or a flashlight, an extra pair of hands, or a tabletop. We love to do this like right in the coop. Just put a headlamp on and then get down to eye level and go through your chicken's feathers, especially around their vent. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. You got a headlamp on, you're looking at their butt in the dark. It doesn't sound good.
Hey, if you got a crested bird, go through that crest too.
Absolutely. Feather-footed birds, the feather-footed beauties, check through their foot feathers and leg feathers. And the chicken louse, I think it's the chicken louse, they get these cement casings that are actually the egg casings.
Yeah, that's gross.
On the feather shaft around the vent. But it's a very easy thing to find. And then you know what you're dealing with.
Right. Now, red mites are usually found on surfaces in the coop and rarely on chickens, unless they're feeding at night on those chickens.
Right. Now, as well as looking at the vent, around the vent on the chicken, you're also going to look in the most common places for mites, and that includes under the wings, in the tail cushion, which is the top of the tail,
the neck,
and then
the crest.
And the crest, that's right.
Don't forget the crest.
A bird with mites in their crest is a nightmare for them because there's nothing they can do to help it.
They can't reach it. The only thing they can do is dust bathe, and it's hard to get that stuff there. So let's look. Where do these mites come from? Common carriers include other chickens. Say you're adopting chickens, and this is why we say to quarantine them. And the most common wild birds and rodents that come into your coops or runs, they bring them with them.
Delightful.
Look at that little songbird. It's so cute, eating some of the food. No, you don't want that. You don't want it.
I'm telling you what, I know. They are so cute. They're so pretty. I love them. They're like my little friends, but they're not allowed in the coop. I'm sorry, it's a no. Here's the treatment. A genuine infestation, like a good-sized external parasite load, can kill your chicken, like we said. And if it doesn't kill your chicken, it can make them really miserable. It can cause a drop in egg production. It can cause other health problems where your flock becomes unthrifty.
I mean, anemia in itself can cause them not to want to move around. They're going to notice a difference in their activity. You're going to notice that they're eating the same, but they're losing weight because they're not getting the nutrients they need.
And then when they feel super lousy, then they may stop eating altogether.
Exactly.
So if you figure out you have an infestation, you want to treat this fast. The fastest treatment, and in our opinion, the most effective, it's a 3-time ivermectin treatment.
Hold on 2 seconds, because I want to put this out there before we say this. Get a piece of paper and a pencil right now, or a pen, and write this down, because so many people will ask us what this treatment is, and write it down right now as we're saying it so that you've got it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Treat on day 1. Then you're going to treat again on day 14. And then you're going to treat the last treatment on day 28.
Okay, so the first part of the treatment, I'm going to talk about this, and Holly's going to talk about the second part. You're going to go, now Tractor Supply carries it. You can get it on their website, in their store. Ivermectin injectable 1%. Okay? And now they're not injecting it.
And there are different forms of it too. There's Noromectin, there's Dectamax. As long as it's in that ivermectin family, you're fine.
So the bottle you're going to get is an injectable bottle. You have to draw it out with the needle on the syringe, and then you take the needle off. This does not go under the skin. You're going to take the needle off and put it between the shoulder blades, high up on the neck, part all the feathers, and put it directly on the skin. Now, here's the thing. You're not injecting it. You are using that to take it out of the bottle, and you need a tuberculin syringe.
That's a 1 cc.
So it's called a tuberculin TB 1 cc syringe. You take the needle off, and then you part the feathers and put it directly on the skin.
Just like if you were doing frontline on a dog.
It's exactly what it is. So if you're familiar with Frontline or Fleece stuff, it's exactly like that. So that's the first part. That's the ivermectin.
And the dosage?
Okay, so for a large chicken, a large rooster, a large hen, over 5 pounds, let's say, 5 pounds and over, you're going to give it 0.3 cc's on top of the skin.
That is not 3 cc's.
It's
That is 0.3.
Yeah, so it's less than a half of a cc. Now, if you have a small chicken, you want to go either 0.2 or 0.25, depending upon their size.
Right.
And you're going to do the same thing. Draw it out with the needle, take the needle off, and then part the skin and part the feathers and put it directly on the skin. That's what you're going to do day 1, day 14, and day 28.
A Jubilee Orpington, I would do 0.3. An Ameraucana, I would do 0.25. And an Egyptian Fayumi, I would do 0.2. A Bantam, I would do 0.1.
Yeah. If you have a Bantam 0.1, anybody else, even a small chicken, say Polish, I would do 0.2. But if you have a Bantam 0.1, so writing all this down, that's your first step in treating the mites.
Now, the second step, strip your coop out and clean it. Some people swear by, what is that spray called? Oh, Elector SP.
Yes, that
And
one.
some people swear by that. And you can spray that on your bird and you can spray that on your coop. It's not a route we usually take, but some people swear by that. So just know that's possible.
Some listeners come to us and say that really works.
Right. And others have said, I can't get it to work, whatever. So that's your mileage may vary. Just know that there are different tools out there. You want to strip that coop. You can spray it with the Elector SP. You can spray it with pyrethrins. I will strip my coop. I will spray it down. Let it dry. Don't do this right before your birds are going back in.
Nope.
And then before I put bedding in, I like to sprinkle some lime or some diatomaceous earth or
Green Queen Farm Strong Animal Chicken Essentials. You can use Coop Recuperate also inside the coop. It has some good stuff in it.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you're an old-time chicken keeper, you'll know what 7 Dust is. 7 Dust is a garden product used. It's a garden insecticide. And this used to be what we would use to treat birds. And I'll still use it in small doses if I'm having trouble getting an infestation under control. I'll put it under the bedding, like just small amounts of it. And you just want to dust a little bit on your bird. But you need to follow, there are a couple of hard and fast rules for this. You need to not get a bunch of it in the air so that you and your bird are breathing it in.
You do not want to inhale the dust. Right. That is the key here.
You want to do it in a place where there are not a ton of beneficial insects around because it does kill indiscriminately. And the other thing is you need to, again, use very small amounts of it. You don't want a lot of excess on your bird. And then you need to go wash your hands and even your clothing if you got it on your clothing.
The best thing would be just wear a mask when you do it so that you know you're not breathing it in. And get a tiny chicken mask for your chicken too. That would be great. So that they're not breathing.
Yes. I mean, you do have to be super careful. A lot of people don't even try it, but I've had good success breaking cycles with it in conjunction with the ivermectin.
And here's the thing. Know this. Sometimes you'll do the cycle of the 3 ivermectin. You might have to give it a month and do it over if you're still seeing mites.
Yeah, you do need to give it that month break, but
it might happen.
You can do the ivermectin treatment and the 7 treatment at the same time or the 7 treatment after.
Right.
To try to give them some relief. Prevention always is, more than half the battle.
But sometimes you can't prevent it. It's just going to happen to you.
Diatomaceous earth is a great preventative. It is not going to cure a big infestation. If you only see a mite or 2 and you have some in, say, the chicken's dust bath or you dust your chicken with a little bit, it might kill a mite or 2, but it's not going to kill a full load. And it's not going to kill, say, your bird has lice and the eggs hatch. It's not going to kill the eggs.
Nothing kills the eggs. They're in a structure that protects them from everything. Hence the reason you have to do the multiple treatments as the life cycles of the mites, as they hatch, you need to get them again in 2 weeks and then again in another 2 weeks. So that's why you're doing the cycles. It's not complicated, but it's a lot and it happens to everybody. Don't feel bad. Just take care of it.
So some of the things that you can use for prevention, you can add some of these things to their dust bath. So we already said diatomaceous earth.
Mint. They hate mint. They hate it.
Right, they do. You can add wood ash. I mean, you can throw mint on the floor of your coop. You can rub mint on I'll actually rub handfuls of mint on my nesting bars.
I mean, they do not like mint. They hate
Anything
it.
in the mint family. So that includes pennyroyal or mountain mint if you grow those in your garden.
Also, citronella or any of the balms, citrus balm and lemon balm, they do not like those things.
And lime. We're talking about safe lime. Some like Eaton Pet and Pasture has a really nice
Revitalize. Yeah.
You can sprinkle that in your dust baths, in your nest boxes, on your roosts.
Under your shavings, in your coop.
Yeah.
And you can do these things. I mean, there's so many things to help, but sometimes you get that one bird, squirrel, somebody that's coming in your run and you're not going to be able to stop it. So just know what to do to fix the problem if it happens. And don't be frustrated. I've been there before where you're like, sometimes it takes a little longer to do that.
That's when you call me. Right. Sometimes it does take a while to get it under control. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help. Like we said, it does not make you a bad chicken keeper. And if anyone else turns up their nose at you, like I said,
send them to us. We'll take care of them.
Oh, no, I was going to say they've not had mites yet.
You could still send them to us. I'll take care of them. I'm Italian.
All right, cowgirl.
I'm an Italian cowgirl.
Sicilian cowgirl. If your flock could talk, they would thank you for shopping at Eaton Pet and Pasture, your one-stop shop for coop freshness and flock happiness made easy.
From their all-natural USA-made favorites like hemp bedding, roost refresh, and nesting pads to convenient product bundles that make chicken care simple, Eaton has everything you need to keep your coop clean, cozy, and odor-free.
Check them out at EatonPetAndPasture.com and use code COFFEE at checkout for a first-time purchase discount.
Okay, so are we ready to move on to
cracking the eggs?
Cracking those eggs. Now, Holly was very addicted to Phoenix and the prickly pear. That's all I'm going to say.
I will say that y'all didn't really like our cactus cornbread recipe. That barely anyone has looked at it on our website. But I love that recipe.
Cactus. Come on, try the cactus. It's
try the
good.
Cactus. It's
Trust us.
life-changing.
Have we ever steered you wrong? I don't think we have.
I hope not.
If we did, don't tell us. Don't tell us. We don't want to know. But today we're doing pineapple cupcakes with prickly pear fruit frosting because Holly loves prickly pears.
So do you, Margarita girl. You were wasting away in Margaritaville with those pink prickly pear margaritas.
Okay, so let's go through. I mean, we're paying homage to Phoenix because Phoenix was 3 days in the heat out of the cold for us.
It's a beautiful thing. I miss it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's go through ingredients. For the cupcakes, we need 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour or the gluten-free 1-to-1 flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of the crushed pineapple with the juice. Don't be tempted to drain it. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 large chicken or duck egg at room temperature. Now for the prickly pear frosting, 1/2 cup, 1 stick of unsalted butter or dairy-free plant butter softened, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of that powdered sugar plus extra if needed, 2 teaspoons of the powdered prickly pear fruit. You can get that on Amazon. Holly's been doing the research on prickly pear.
Oh, yeah.
She knows where to get all of it.
I even have prickly pear tea.
1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract or vanilla bean paste. I'm going to Mexico soon. I'm going to have to bring you back some.
Oh, thank you.
1 to 3 teaspoons of milk or unsalted dairy-free milk.
Or unsweetened dairy-free milk.
Oh, I didn't even say that. Or
unsalted.
Did I say unsalted? Don't get salted or sweetened. Get unsweetened dairy-free milk. That's a lot of ingredients, man.
You're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and line a cupcake tin with cupcake liners. In a large mixing bowl, you're going to combine the 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour or gluten-free, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, the salt, and you're going to whisk all of that together. Next, in the same bowl, I do love a 1-bowl recipe.
Oh, yeah.
In the same bowl, you're going to add the 3/4 of a cup of pineapple, the vanilla, the vegetable oil, and the egg. Mix all that together until it's well combined. Don't overmix it. You're going to fill each muffin tin about 2/3 of the way full. Bake for 18 to 20 minutes or until a tester comes out clean. your cupcakes should have risen nicely and baked to a golden brown. You're going to let them cool completely. Okay, when you're ready to make the frosting, you're going to add your butter and the salt to a medium or large mixing bowl, and you're going to mix for 1 to 2 minutes until your butter is nice and soft and creamy. You're going to add half of the powdered sugar and mix that together on low speed. Once it's pretty well incorporated, you're going to add the rest of the powdered sugar, mix that in. You want to stop occasionally and scrape both the sides and like underneath the bowl to make sure you're getting everything moistened.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to add the vanilla and the milk and mix on low speed until everything's combined. If it's really liquidy or runny, you can add additional powdered sugar until you get to the right consistency. Especially if you want to
adding that powdered sugar, man.
Especially if you want to pipe this, you want it a little stiffer.
That's what she said.
She said it. Once you're at the consistency you want, turn the speed up on your mixer and mix for a minute or two more to get it nice and fluffy. Once you're at the appropriate stage of fluffiness, you're going to frost your cupcakes generously and enjoy. You're going to have this golden cupcake with this beautiful pink frosting.
I like about the prickly pear that everything turns out pink.
Prickly pear fruit, yeah.
Yeah, it's all pink. So I'm not drinking it today, although I do have pink water, but it's not prickly pear.
That pink water looks like it's prickly pear water.
It does. I have to look to see if I can get some. Okay, so try it. You might like it. Let us know what you think. Send us some pictures. We would love to see them. Okay, so let's move on to retail therapy. Retail therapy. Yeah. This week's retail therapy, we are talking poultry planters. There's an abundance of them. You can find them a lot of places, and you want to deck out your house with them. But Holly found one, and she has regret.
Yeah, there was a really cute Mexican-style duck planter in this amazing little shop in Scottsdale. And I do regret not getting it. And I looked it up on Etsy, and I saw one that was on sale for $130, and that's a hard no for me.
And that one in that store was $35.
I know, stop. Stop, please. I know. There were also several like terracotta chicken planters there that were really cute.
And a good lamb one, like a big sheep that was really cool for $50.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem
the sheep wasn't a planter. The sheep wasn't a planter. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Oh, no, it was just, the problem is the lady didn't ship. She doesn't have a website, right? We had to buy it there. And it was our last day, and we were about to like finish up, and we would have had to ship it back or carry it on. And how in the heck do you carry on a duck planter?
I mean, I could have wrapped it in my duffel that went under my seat, but it's risky. It's risky.
It is. So you're kind of like, like that's one of those regrets. It's not really your fault. Like you're like, how am I going to get it home? But it's stuck in your head. So I was just looking at chicken planters because there's so many of them. I mean, you can go to Tractor Supply in the spring, has a lot of them. Etsy, Amazon,
eBay.
I mean, there's eBay, all of these places, and some really cute boutiques have them. Some farm supply stores that are local have them, and in various sizes. You can get really big, you can get little.
Yeah.
If you want a chicken planter, there's one to get out there for you.
Oh yeah, so many different styles, especially if you're really into gardening. It's a really cute thing to have a little chicken planter tucked amongst your flowers and plants.
I have multiples that Joe has gotten me over the years, like for Mother's Day or Easter, because in the springtime, a lot of the planters come out. And I mean, you can even use them for different stuff. If you don't want to put your plants in them, you can store whatever in them. Yeah. But there's so many. I like the little ones that are for succulents because you can put them in your windowsill.
Right.
And I mean, you really want what you love around you. So if you love the chickens, you want the chicken planters.
Or the goose or the duck planters too, because they're out there too. Maybe not as much, but they're still out there.
So is that your favorite, you think, that duck planter that you saw in Old Town?
Yeah.
That was your favorite?
Yeah. We inadvertently stumbled onto a big festival in Scottsdale.
Yes, we did. Yes,
and
we did.
It was so crowded and hot by the time. I mean, we didn't do our normal shopping because it was a little overwhelming. But
it was a lot of people.
It was a lot of people, and they were having a good time.
Yes, they were. I mean, I was enjoying the heat a little bit, but when you're in a really crowded, small store with lots of people and it's hot, you can't do the shopping that you want to do.
Right.
But that one was one of our last stops in Old Town. And you were so close to buying it. But you can do whatever you want. You can use them for napkins on your table.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anything.
There's lots of uses.
Just take that 5-minute break, go on, say Chicken Planters and search it. Show us. Give us a story if you have some. We want to see them. Okay.
Especially if you have Mexican style duck planters.
And just make Holly jealous. Be like, oh, look, this is mine.
I would feel regret, but I would also enjoy it at the same time.
Okay. So should we tell everybody what we're going to be talking about next week?
Next week, we are spotlighting probably one of the most popular pet ducks around, and that is the pekin.
Oh, yeah. So cuddly.
Main topic, we have our bestie from across the pond, Fiona.
Fiona's back!
She's going to talk about, she and Hugh are doing something really interesting this year. They're going to be brooding ducks on the homestead using a chicken broody hen.
She wants to talk about it, and we want to hear it because it's fun stuff.
Fantastic. Cracking the eggs. This is an interesting recipe. It is savory duck egg pudding.
Oh, yeah.
And we're doing a seed spotlight. We're going to be talking about rapini and early sprouting broccoli.
Because it's good for you.
It is.
A lot of ways, and you need to eat it, grow your own. Okay, so what should we tell everybody to do until next week?
Hug your chickens, ducks, and geese.
Every day and kiss them too. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you'd like to see more of us, please follow us on Instagram at Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. If you'd like to help us grow the podcast, please leave us a written review on Apple Podcasts. If you'd like to become a patron of the show, please visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. Thanks for listening.